Ladies and gentlemen, we are the Rum Regret podcast. I am Andy Drake.
Johanna Myers.
We're pausing. Nate Tessie and I, we drink, we know things.
Dramatic pause, everybody.
Dramatic pause.
Dramatic pause. It is Tuesday, March 11th. We are fresh in movie award season, and the Oscars came and went, and the best animated film, Flow, I watched it.
So fucking good.
I screamed in the chat for Nate and Joe to watch it. They watched it, so we will review it after our segments today, after we wipe away the tears. Yeah, I watched it on my own, loved it so much, brought the family into it, and it's such an incredible movie. But we will get to that, everybody, after our segments. Let's go Marvel. Nate, what's happening in Marvel land?
Yeah, I've kind of been checked out from Marvel Land for a minute. It's been a bit since we checked out the old Marvel, although new Daredevil Born Again episode tonight at 6 o'clock, which means it's been out for an hour and change, so it'll probably get spoiled here quickly.
Oh, sure.
Apparently that's been their MO, spoiling shit early. So, anyway, it's really good, especially if you guys watch the Netflix show. It basically picks up kind of after that ended, which is like 10 years ago, I think, when actual
Something
timeline.
like that. Yeah.
Yeah. But really great. They brought everybody back, basically, and it's fantastic. I actually went back and watched Punisher Season 2 and restarted watching the original Daredevil episodes with Addie because she was obsessed with the new one. She's like, who is that and where can I find more of this? So she liked it a Cox, which is the worst thing ever to say about your
Whoa.
kid. Charlie Cox. God damn it. Charlie Cox.
Dude,
It's
that
not
is
on-
recorded audio.
I know, it's terrible. I'm sorry. I'm a horrible person. It was just right there. I had to
Sure.
happen.
Sure.
Anyway, but she's loving the original, and I forgot how fucking brutal it is. Like, somebody loses their head to a car door.
Oh, that's right.
Pretty.
Yeah.
Like, they don't show everything, but they don't leave much to the imagination. It's bad.
Dude, Netflix Marvel was good, man.
It was fantastic. Yeah. So I forgot how good the Punisher show was too. I never finished up season 2. So
really?
I binged it over the weekend. Yeah, it was really good.
Okay.
Good times with that. It's funny. The kid reminds me a lot of the girl from Cobra Kai. The main was the bad, good, and then went to the bad team or whatever.
Oh, right.
I'm not up to speed on Cobra Kai either, but she reminds me a lot of her, like sister almost kind of look. So I need to check the actresses and see if they're related or not. Anyway, so I don't have a whole lot happening for the MCU, but Captain America Brave New World box office projections reveal if it's actually profitable. Drum roll. Nobody cares. But it's kind of a big deal. It's like for the first time in a decade, it's kind of unclear whether or not a Marvel movie is going to turn a profit, even though they haven't been great. They've always made a decent amount of money.
Yeah.
So, thankfully, it crossed like the 400 and something, $370 million globally, which is really low for their stuff. It's definitely profitable.
Yeah.
But when you consider that Civil War made 1.1 billion and Winter Soldier was 700 million,
right.
To not even really get half that for this new one is pretty crappy. I mean, the movie's pretty, I would say it's kind of okay. I liked it, but it needed a lot of work. There was many holes and rewrites.
It's a 5 or a 6.
Yeah, it's not. It's pretty low on the overall ratings as far as ranking all of the Marvel movies.
Yeah.
It's pretty low. But.
Well, it was really interesting, too, that they essentially continued a storyline from the second Marvel movie ever made, right? Or MCU movie ever made, which was...
Well, the first one, yeah. Hulk was before Iron Man.
Hulk was... No, because Iron Man shows up at the end.
I know, it came out before Iron Man, though. It's really weird. Just look it up. Trust.
Okay. All right. All right.
Nate knows his Marvel.
Yeah, I mean, now you're gaslighting me. I'm like, Marvel movie.
I thought everyone says Iron Man started it all.
Well, no, Iron Man did start it all because that's what kicked off like the MCU officially.
Right.
But the Hulk movie came out right before that. As far as I
No, because Tony Stark is literally in the post-credit scene.
I know. Oh, you're right.
How would we know who Tony Stark is if he's in the post-credit scene? Oh, no, that's how to watch it. Hang on.
Apparently, you're right. How did I
wait, I'm sorry. Excuse me? You're coming in a little low, Nate.
You got it recorded there. You can bump up the levels if you want, you asshole. No, for the longest time, I thought that was the release order.
For the longest time. Sorry.
Oh, God. Yeah, after the, what was it, Status Quo Lover, and then I had Easy Lover stuck in my head for the entire workday. Right. It's like, God damn it. He's a status quo lover.
Yeah.
True, but yeah. Fuck.
So, I'm sorry. I did not mean
you're right.
to derail you.
No, you're right. April, May, June. Obviously, it's literally the month after that. Yeah. I swore, I don't like that. Why did I think that was? Because for the longest time, it's like Iron Man obviously is the one that kicked it off, but then there was something about the Hulk that happened in Iron Man.
Well, but it was so different because they switched the actors directly after that.
Right.
You know, they transitioned to Ruffalo, and I think that's why people don't think
it was released a month later too, so they were made concurrently. So okay, whatever, close enough. Point being, you're right. Yeah. It does make sense because that was a cliffhanger that has been brewing since 2008.
100%.
And that character was great, and the idea behind it was great. But it was like Winter Soldier, like Temu Winter Soldier, basically.
Right.
With the exception of like the brief flashes of brilliance with some of the combat, and then obviously Harrison Ford as Red Hulk is fucking dope, and I would take all of that. But damn it. Yeah, we hashed this out last time. Like, I would have done this, this, and this. That final battle could have been so much cooler.
Yeah.
All right. So moving on. We will retcon the fact that I was wrong there and wipe that from the record. Thank you, sir.
We'll fix that in post.
Yeah. Side note: did you guys see Anora? Did you watch that?
Not yet. No, that's on our list.
But I've heard a great deal about it.
It's fucking great.
I heard it's basically porn.
Well, no, no. But it's not. No, it's not porn. So the story is basically like the stripper / sex worker, Honora, played by Mikey Madsen, meets this Russian billionaire's son at the club or whatever, and things go crazy. So obviously there's a lot of the stripper and sex worker stuff in it, but that's not really the story. And it's like, after watching The Substance, I couldn't understand why she beat Demi Moore.
Yeah.
But after watching this movie, you get it. It's like, it's the same thing. It's the same reaction I had after I watched The Substance. Like, now I get why Demi Moore is winning all these awards. After I watched Honora, now I get it why she won the Oscar.
Yeah.
Because she does such a great job, you think that she's just a stripper they picked up off the street and put in a movie.
Yeah.
The fact that she's not that blew my mind. Like, wait, she's been in a bunch of other stuff. She's actually an actress that's done a lot of things and not an actual stripper that they put in this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Her acting is fantastic. And it's pitch perfect for what it's supposed to be. And the rest of the movie is a little, I don't know. It's a little all over the place, but her acting is fucking insane.
Okay.
The reason I bring that up, long story short, it's definitely not safe for anybody other than, fully adult people.
Right.
But she is reportedly being eyed for Marvel and in Spider-Man 4. So, so this is what happens when you have somebody who, like, hits pings the Richter scale, as it were, in Hollywood. Immediately things go into motion when there's projects in the works, and they're like, how can we get this it girl, this amazing person, amazing actress who won the Academy Award into our movie? So potentially Black Cat rumors are kind of running around there. I think there's a bunch of other people that are also in the running for that, but she might be able to make that happen. It just depends on what they're thinking. I do like the idea. She's pretty young and like very up and coming, and it would be a cool shot in the arm for Spider-Man. And you never know, Peter Parker needs to. She can throw that thing down. Let's get it, Spider-Man.
If you want to see her get torched in a pool by Leonardo DiCaprio, watch Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Yes, I forgot she was in the torched in a pool. Lovely. Yeah, if you want to see her fuck a Russian diplomat's son, watch her in Nora. Yeah, she's fine as fuck. Anyway, moving on. Staying on Spider-Man 4. Jesus, this actually works too well. They teased the Shocker in Spider-Man 4. I broke myself 2 weeks in a row. Oh God! Unrelated to Honora, Spider-Man 4 teases the Shocker. So yeah, but back from the original Spider-Man movie, where I had what's his name had the tech.
Oh,
and,
sure.
Punch school buses and that kind of thing. So
right,
we'll see what happens there. I really hope they get Childish Gambino back in that world, because man, they really missed out making him Miles Morales back in the day. But
oh yeah,
we'll see what happens. Maybe the tease from the Sonyverse. The rumor is that Sony might be selling Spider-Man back to Marvel, but until that dotted line is signed, we won't put any stock into that. But
yeah,
their movies have been poo-poo lately, so
yeah. Did you watch Kraven?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm waiting for the streaming. That's not whatever the downgrade that Mr. Soup has.
Oh, right. Yeah.
So, yeah, I'll watch it when it comes out in its glory.
Okay.
But, yeah, anyway, so Shocker would be a great big bad to add back into the thing. Apparently there's going to be, I think they're talking about maybe they're going to start putting the Sinister Six back together, but they kind of did that already. So I think it might be with the
the
larger group, but we'll see what happens.
Okay.
Moving on. Apparently, Hawkeye season 2 is actually happening, which is kind of weird. They're talking about like a new villain and maybe Alan Richton. How the fuck do you say his name? Richton might be playing a bad guy in this movie, which would be kind of cool. But again, we're not going to put any stock into that until everything is done and in the can, per Andy. Defenders might be coming back in next year. Again, another rumor, but it looks like they've been in talks and things are signed up, and people will be coming back for the Defenders next year, which will be cool, especially after Daredevil just rips it up this year. So hopefully that means they're going to jump in and out of this season, potentially. The Punisher is supposed to be in this episode, maybe tonight.
Oh, really?
Yeah, maybe.
Okay.
He's supposed to be in one, for sure. So,
okay.
Just based on the title that was leaked. So we'll see what
nice.
Yeah, super cool. Let's see. I guess first, back to Spider-Man. I should have done this in the wrong order, or the other order. 5 upcoming projects for Spider-Man. Avengers Doomsday, obviously we talked about that. Spider-Man 4, we talked about that. Secret Wars, also pretty obvious. He is going to be in Marvel Zombies, which will be cool. I'm not sure if it's going to be the head flying around with the cape.
Oh, yeah.
Also be awesome. Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man Season 2, which is that newer animated.
Oh, that was so
Spider-Man.
good, man.
Yeah. Epic. Very good.
Yeah.
Season 2 reportedly releasing sometime next year. So, again, we'll hold our breath, because that would be a pretty quick turnaround unless they were making them simultaneously.
Yeah.
Like Chef, even. You.
Simultaneous.
And me, and her. Simultaneous.
That's a great pull.
Thank you. Every time I hear that word, that's immediately what
it immediately plays in your head, doesn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, go pull that one up. Hey Alexa, play Simultaneous by Chef on Spotify. Okay, good. We're clear.
Okay.
But that'll be fun when everybody else gets that. Nobody listens to the podcast. That's fine.
No, that's great. We're good.
So apparently there's a Guardians of the Galaxy spin-off movie that's potentially been teased by star Vin Diesel. Obviously Groot.
Sure.
So Planet X is the ghost name of the project, but apparently it's Groot returning to his home planet, or at least whatever version of Groot we have left, because obviously it's not the same Groot as the beginning.
Right.
But that could be an interesting idea, even though hopefully they say more than just like love or whatever.
Yeah.
And I think that's really all I got, which I feel like I'm missing some pretty big shit. But
okay.
Thunderbolts had a new trailer. actually.
Oh, that's
a couple
right.
new trailers that look really good and potentially spoil stuff that's going to happen. So I didn't want to go over that. The new trailer, though, if you guys haven't seen it, watch it. It's kind of the antithesis of the normal Marvel trailers. It actually calls out the different people who've worked on the movie, like from the cinematographer of blank, from the costume designer of blank. And it's a bunch of stuff that you like, it really would hit this group pretty hard, like horror movies and action and sci-fi and, kind of the best and brightest in the different departments kind of thing.
Yeah.
So
a very
really
indie-ish trailer in a way.
It's a very indie real trailer for sure. But it does, and the way it's cut is fantastic. So whoever did that trailer, man, give them a raise.
Yeah.
But in general, check that out. And
just to bookend a little bit, my favorite Alan Ritchson news that came out this last week was that he would play Batman for free. in James Gunn's DC universe. So
I did see that. The problem is that the statement that precedes his statement was from James Gunn saying he's not going to be Batman.
Right. Yeah.
But yes, that'd be great to see.
I don't think Batman can be bigger than Superman.
I mean, is it Born Again? No, what's the name of the
Corn Sweat?
No, the new Batman thing, Brave and the Bold. Is what they're supposed to be redoing. That in the comic books, that Batman is fucking huge.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and he's older. So that's why everyone was like, God, he'd be perfect for this.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm still holding out for that. So we'll see what happens. But you're right.
All right.
He is. Although Superman doesn't have to be big.
No, that's true. That is very true.
And an update. Addie's burning through season 2 of Smallville and almost to season 3. And I'm just loving every minute of it.
Somebody save
I know.
me.
I came upstairs after, what was it, my last meeting or something yesterday. She didn't have school. And she watched, I don't know, 3 hours, 4 hours of it straight.
Yeah.
Like, Addie, what's going on up there? She's like, okay, so Clark and Lana haven't really kissed yet, but it's like, knowing what I know, it's like, they were in a sex cult.
Right.
No. Yeah. Anyway, so she's enjoying it, and it's fun to pop in and out of the early 2000s nostalgia. So,
yeah.
That's it for me.
Okay. All right. Let's move over to the horror corner. Joe, what do you got?
The horror corner is short and sweet. Of just I popped the substance on my husband.
Ew!
That came out really
from
wrong.
your eye boob.
So you got a younger, more cut Ken?
Right? Is that possible? He's made of diamond.
Yeah, younger, maybe more cut. I don't think that's possible.
I don't think that's possible. That's
No, it ends up being David Cornsweat. Is who
right?
ends up happening. It's like the opposite. Nigga Ken, clean shaven, tall white guy.
No.
It's Pete Buttigieg.
No.
Oh God.
Oh my God. Okay, I'm sorry. This is what happens when you don't eat all day. I don't know.
So I thought this was gonna be kind of more of a prank because I figured he would hate it and I'd be in the same boat as Andy where he's not speaking to me.
Yeah.
He fucking loved it. I showed it to him on Friday and we talked about it the whole freaking weekend.
Oh,
just
that's great.
Came back to it every once in a while, just like, man, like, oh my God. And I really wish I would have live streamed it, but we started it at like 11 o'clock at night.
Oh, yeah.
We were a little drunk.
Nice. You can always comment to yourself, by the way, in the chat, so you'll have your timeline like for reference. I have done that a few times.
Yeah, a lot of it was just like him just going like, "Oh wait, is it like when she throws the drive away?" He was like, "Oh, she's gonna pick that back up. She's totally gonna pick that back up." And then just a lot of like, "Oh no, oh they're not gonna do that. Oh, they did it. Oh my God."
Eye boob. Ew.
Yeah, but the best part was when the Eliza Sue comes out in the dress.
Yeah.
I think she's putting the dress on, and you can see part of her actual boob coming out of the dress. He's just like, what? She's got a freaking Gollum tit. And from the whole rest of the time, her name is Gollum Tit. It's not Eliza Sue, it's just Gollum Tit.
Oh, that's great.
Hey,
And that was even before the eyeball tit. And he was just like, what? But yeah, he loved it. And then shortly thereafter, I made him watch The Gorge, which obviously he loved because, I mean,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
how could he not?
High-powered sniper rifles and
No.
all that good stuff.
As
Yeah.
a couple, it's your perfect movie, I think.
Right.
It is. Really is. Yeah.
Yep. And because we both kind of have a crush on Anya Taylor-Joy, so it's like, sweet.
Yeah. As one would. She is Faye. We already
Yeah,
established
who
this,
fucking
yeah.
doesn't, man? Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we took in a couple of horror movies this weekend to bookend the horror corner a little bit. Both, believe it or not, starring Sophie Thatcher, who plays young Nat from Yellow Jackets. Oh, that's right. You guys don't watch that damn show.
It's on my list, man. I'm sorry. I almost started it, and then I was like...
God, I hate you guys. But I love you guys at the same time.
I hate you
Severance?
guys. I hate you guys so much.
Anyway, so the first one stars her and Jack Quaid. It's called Companion. If you ever want to watch a movie about murderous sex robots, this is right up your alley.
Happening.
Oh,
Marking it. This is a fun movie. This is great. Jack Quaid, as always, just delivers perfection in any role that he's in. I love this guy so much. I think he's great.
Cock?
No, actually, Companion is on Mr. Soup's Plex. Yeah.
I'll just pass on
But it's like, I think, a week away from showing up on whatever service it'll show up on.
Okay.
I'll check it. It might be free somewhere else.
No worries. Actually, I was impressed with the quality of The Substance watching through his House of Horror. So.
Oh yeah. The next one that she was in, Heretic, with that's on Max. Hugh Grant. Whew.
I heard it was great in that. Yeah, I haven't seen it.
What a great role for him. This, I mean, he is obviously just the star of this movie, and it starts off in a way where you think it's going to go, and obviously throughout the course of the movie they throw a couple curveballs at you, and I really loved where this ended up. The ending wasn't what I thought it was going to be, and definitely the final sort of not showdown, but the final third of the movie was something that was typical of horror movies, but it just wasn't what I expected here. And so I thought it was really good and really, really well done, and just a lot of fun. So a lot of fun in a way that entrapping to people trying to teach you about religion, it goes pretty much. Just a lot of great beats during this, and it was just a lot of fun. So if you have the chance, give Heretic a chance, because it's really, really good.
yeah, it's been on my list.
Yeah,
for sure.
But yeah, that's free on Max right now. So if you have the Max, go for it. With that, we'll transition into the watch list, and then at the end we'll give our review of Flow. Also on Max, and this has been out for a while, but it just took me a while to get to it, was The Iron Claw. This was the movie that stars Zac Efron about the Von Erich family.
Yep. That was fantastic, actually.
Yeah, it was really, really good. The guy from the main guy from The Bear's in it. I've got anyway, a bunch of young actors are in it that have since blossomed or are in the sort of apex of their careers right now, which are doing really well. But this was a fantastic movie. As a wrestling fan, I loved it. It was great to see it. Great to see, interpretations of a lot of these bigger wrestlers that we've seen and known. But just a crazy movie around the Von Erich family and apparently the curse that was in it. But let's move on to sort of Paramount Plus. I'm going to say Yellow Jackets one more time, and then I will let it go.
Don't ever let it go. We'll watch it eventually if you keep.
Okay,
Doing
season
Never
3.
let go, Andy. Never let go.
Season 3 is rolling. It's so good. That's it. I'm done.
What is this on?
This is on Paramount Plus.
Oh, on the PP. Okay.
Yeah, on the PP. Yeah.
Okay.
The second season of School Spirits finally ended. School Spirits. This is with Peyton List from Cobra Kai. Again, really, really great show. A lot of fun. If you like, sort of a setup, sort of like mystery of the week. How do we get out of this problem? How do we solve this problem? Great show. We also finished up the UK version of Ghosts. Watched that series entirely. Such a different monster than the US version, of course.
Like literally monster or just
no? Obviously it they both started in similar fashions, but have since sort of, obviously the US version became sort of its own, its own thing. But the UK version is a lot of fun and really, really great. And you don't, because it's a UK version and we're in the US, it's, none of the references go over your head, which is nice, which is good. Invincible on Amazon Prime is going and rolling. Such a great season. I'm a little bit behind, but I think 3 episodes in, so I got to catch up a little bit.
Yeah, it gets intense. It's worth it. I can't wait for the next one.
Yeah,
the cliffhangers keep getting more and more intense. So.
Yeah, but yeah, I keep forgetting all the great voice talent in there, and when they pop up, it's so great. So. Literally a who's who of voiceover work in there. We finished the second season of Mayfair Witches on AMC. According to my wife, this is a huge divergence from the source material, but she's in for it. Like she's in it. It's good. If you guys have AMC Plus.
How did you like the first season? Because I had a hard time getting into it, even though I'm obsessed with the actress. Call me Rogue. She's going to be Rogue. She better be Rogue. She probably won't be, but she better be Rogue because Daddario's got my.
No, first season was good. First season we liked it. It was this one really sort of delves into the family history, and it's. You get a lot more backstory here as to how Lasher, the ghost at the end of the first season, connects to the family. So this is his, his connection to the family is explored. It is the main crux of the season. And that's all I'll say right there. But no, we
just curious. Are they doing? Is it each season is one of the books, or?
That is a question for my wife.
Okay, because I'm.
My wife, come in here. We have a question for you.
So there is. Like Jimmy said, they diverted fairly. I would say it's. You're driving to the same spot, but you're going in a completely weird route. Like instead of using Google Maps, you MapQuested it, right? And so there were obviously they've combined some characters here and there. They brought a couple characters together that don't necessarily come together. Anyway, so they take some liberties with the script, but again, Jamie didn't mind those changes. Again, she's in for it. Like she's excited to see where the next season goes. Mm-hmm. So, but yeah, I'm not sure if they're sticking to the books in terms of sort of story points. They don't mention that in the little post interviews. Like interview. They were pretty good about hitting the points of the book anyway in terms of just the series and everything, So this, from what Jamie is telling me, this is very, very different.
Okay. I'm just curious because I've never read the books, but I know there's 3 of them. So I'm just like, are they doing, one season per book, or how are they doing?
Yeah. No, I'm not sure. I think they're almost Game of Thronesing it, where they have this sort of like blueprint of where things are, but they're moving.
Mm-hmm.
It's like there were points while we were watching, Jamie said Anne Rice is rolling over in a grave right now.
Oof.
I was like, no, she's scratching at the wood of her coffin. That's what she's doing.
Yep.
Anyway. And the final thing on the watch list here before we get to Flo, the final part of the final season of Cobra Kai has aired on Netflix. Guys, I know you guys are probably behind on this, and I won't.
So behind.
I know.
Behind, yeah.
Okay, I won't spoil too much, but the showrunners here really did a great job of bringing this back home and making the show what it is supposed to be about. And I really love the way that this ended up. Like the season 6, and that's where we are. Season 6 started in such a sort of crazy way where you think of where this is going to go. And I said this during my sort of part 2 season 6 review. It's like, I thought it was going to end here, but they sort of threw us for a little curveball with this. And then the final episodes of season 6, just again, really bookend the show in such a great way that you can't help but smile. The showrunners, again, use the source material of those first 3 movies to tell story points during this season in a way where you just know that they respect the source material and they don't want to diverge too far from the source material and say, this is why we have this guy doing this. Like, we know why Johnny didn't end up on his own or down and out because he lost to Daniel. Like, he was in a good spot when he lost to Daniel. He screwed up when Kreese smacked him at the beginning of Karate Kid 2, right? And that put him on the down spiral. And they let you know, right, that is sort of why the character of Johnny ended up where he did. So anyway, I've said too much. At your leisure, after you watch Yellow Jackets, come back to Cobra Kai and we'll have a chat because I really love where this ended up. So anyway, that being said, let's talk about Latvia's very first Oscar win.
Yeah. Do we want to talk about games real quick first, or are we going to do that?
Oh, yeah, why not? Nate, what's taking up your life right now?
Play this, motherfucker. I have no idea. I have no intro music, but that's where we're at. Yeah, so Helldivers was the new hotness, the recycled new hotness for a minute there, and then the new Monster Hunter game came out. I never really engaged with these at all, but the new one, Monster Hunter Wilds, is fantastic. So
okay.
They basically followed the formula of all of these other online kind of multiplayer games, even though you can play it by yourself, even when their PlayStation Network isn't working, which happened again. Where they kind of lowered the barrier to entry, so it's the most accessible version of the game in the game's kind of legacy history. That doesn't mean it's simple or easy. It's really fun. It's amazing, and now there's crossplay, so you can play it on PC, Xbox, PlayStation, whatever. It's on Game Pass, so Jobin, if you're doing the Game Pass thing, we should hunt some monsters. They're giant and amazing and scary. Yeah, super fun, and it's great because so I was playing what is it, Path of Exile 2, whatever, the last one that obsessed my life for several months, and ran into Guntoad on TikTok who subsequently blew up on TikTok and then also on Twitch for his Path of Exile content, and now has blown up even more to the tune of like 200,000 followers for Monster Hunter. Because he's been playing Monster Hunter since that started, like PlayStation 2 or whatever it was. Yeah. So I'm actually in his like guild or whatever.
Nice.
On Monster Hunter, so he streams through Twitch, and I'm on the stream with him. And
nice.
We're fighting monsters and shit. He doesn't do chat when he's on the stream, obviously, because he's talking to the stream. But
sure,
the Discord chat's pretty fun, and it's really cool, and it's awesome to be involved, kind of, tangentially. I can't even talk right now. With that kind of streamer community that he has built up.
Nice.
Pretty quickly recently, just because TikTok.
Can you send me his channel?
Pretty hard. Yeah, I will. It's awesome. So Guntoad, all one
okay.
word.
Got it.
On everything. So TikTok, Twitch.
Got it.
And right now he's mainly playing Monster Hunter because that's the new hotness. But he's been doing that kind of stuff like Diablo and that kind of thing forever.
Okay.
So yeah, really cool. So shout out to Guntoad, and he's also like a really solid dude. Somebody came in and tried to talk about, this game has gone woke, and he posted a TikTok. He's like, if you want to come in here with that bullshit, there's the fucking door. Like, it was awesome. So yeah, mad respect for that, especially in the streamer days where people are making money off of any engagement, let alone so kicking people out for being assholes is awesome.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. So it's been super fun. Monster Hunter Wilds, pick it up. It's a full price game still, but I think it's on Game Pass. So if you have Game Pass, you should be able to play it. Again, cross-platform. And I think, pending Jobin trying to pick up my Xbox, I might be making a GameStop run for the first time in I don't know how long.
Oh, wow.
To turn in some consoles and maybe get the Pro. I don't want to.
Yeah.
But they're giving $330 for each console. And they're both 5 years old, so it's like,
oh yeah, no, dude, it
cost me like $100 to upgrade.
Oh,
I don't play
upgrade
Xbox at all. So
yeah, no, do it.
Yeah, I'm thinking it. Otherwise, Joe, I'll sell it to you for cheap. So, what else have we been playing? We haven't played the Split Fiction game, but it's from the makers of It Takes Two. And it's basically two writers get sucked into whatever, and they get put into their different stories.
Okay.
But it's one of those like couch co-op, play the game together. It's supposed to be amazing. Really looking forward to that, so I want to grab that so Addie and I can play it. But,
nice.
Yeah, man. Other than that, play Helldivers 2. Awesome.
Yeah.
Still, really good. I haven't really gone back to it, but I'm about maxed out in Monster Hunter Wild, so I'm probably flip back to that, and then they'll release more content and go from there. So,
got it.
How about you guys? What are y'all playing, motherfuckers?
I'm still playing First Descendant. I'm
wow.
I do. I love that game. It's a lot of fun. Me and looter shooters, man. Come on.
This is true.
Yeah, and so the next
lots of TNA, right? Wasn't there like a bikini calendar or something?
Yeah, no, the Albion Spa came out. Yeah, although that costs money, and I've only spent a gift card to buy the last battle pass because they had the Black Cat backpack, and I needed the Black Cat backpack because I have a Black Cat. So, right. And so the next season comes out in a day or two. And it's just I don't know, it's just a lot of fun, easy to level up. There's a lot of people playing it, so there's a lot of good character builds out there that you can copy and run. There's a lot of challenging levels that I still just haven't, just because of my time. I don't have the time to put in to really grind for stuff, Yep. So my character is still pretty low level, but anyway, it's a lot of fun. So
nice. Right on.
Yeah, Joe, what about you? What are you playing?
So I picked up Cozy Grove on Netflix and put it on my phone.
Nice.
And I've been going through that, so
fun.
My little fun, little cozy digging farming game.
I was going to say there's got to be a Farmville something happening.
Yeah. It's you're in a campsite with little ghosts, and you have to do things. Did you ever see
Tiny Glade?
Tiny Glade.
Yeah, I talked about it a while ago. So it was a free to play on Steam. I'm not sure Xbox situation, but basically you have a finite like little acre of land, and you build a tiny glade. You can build, like,
I remember you telling me about this.
little towers and little buildings. If you make a lake like Duck's Land, we had like a duck on the back of a sheep at one point, because if you build a field, there will be sheep, and if you build a lake, there will be ducks. Ergo, duck land on sheep.
Shoot, okay, I need to travel back to that.
It's really good.
Check that one out.
Yeah, they just actually put a bunch of updates out, version 1.13. So, terrain, height, and quality of life. Oh no, I might have to update the game now. Okay, updating. It's super fun, and it runs on everything. Like, you could run it on your phone if your phone can run Steam.
Nice.
So, yeah, really
cool.
fun.
And then, not going to be a surprise to anyone, but I circled back to BioShock. I'm playing BioShock again. Because now I have surround sound, and it's, like, even better.
It's a different game, right?
Yeah.
No, for real. It's not, like, no bullshit aside. Like, surround sound is nuts. Watching Flow today.
Yeah.
With Atmos and stuff, man. All the rain scenes and everything, where surround sound is fucking where it's at. I love it.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's a good segue. So that's all I've got for games. Right. So let's talk about Flow.
Sorry, Joe. I didn't mean to step on you.
No, it's fine. I literally had nothing else.
So obviously we're going to talk about main story points here and spoil the shit out of this movie. So if you haven't watched it yet, go watch it. Pause. Come back and get our reactions.
92 minutes. For the love of God, watch this movie. It's so
I know.
And Kleenex. Invest in Kleenex. If you have any animal love.
Right. Yeah. So we all own cats, or we did at one point. Anyway. R.I.P. Stupido.
Andy, what the fuck?
R.I.P. Stupido. We love you. So anyway, I heard nothing about this movie until the Oscars. I had no idea what this was until the Oscars, right?
Golden Globes gave me a little warning, but that was it.
Okay, yeah, and it's in the best animated feature with The Wild Robot, which was incredible.
Fantastic movie.
Wallace and Gromit movie, Memoir of a Snail, and Inside Out 2, right? And so you figure that a Latvian export isn't going to win. Right.
The Wild Robot is the best thing that DreamWorks has ever made, and I thought it was going to win everything. And I was shocked it was only nominated for this category. But
and so Flow magically showed up on Max to watch, so I gave it a chance. Holy crap, guys! The first thing that I'll say about this is that there isn't a line of human dialogue in the movie.
Yeah, there's zero dialogue.
Yeah.
Just chirps and meows and...
Yeah, animal...
There's no humans in this movie. I love it.
Yeah, not a single...
Fuck people.
There's implied humanity, because somebody is doing woodworkings of cats, right?
Worshipping cats with giant statues.
Yeah. But my...
As cats should be.
Yeah. So, anyway, this is... And I said to you guys in the chat, it's a journey. Right, it's a literal journey of
it's like Homeward
this
Bound,
cat,
but to the nth
degree. Right.
So it follows this cat that gets stuck in a flood, like a massive flood of the earth. Right,
biblical proportion flood.
Right.
Yeah,
this is actually Noah's Ark. The cat's name is Noah. I'm just going to make that a thing.
Yeah. And so but no. Thankfully, the cat misses the dog boat because the dogs are dicks. Right.
Yeah. Dogs are fucking
as
dicks.
Advertised.
Yeah.
Although the cat is appropriately catty at times.
Yes. No, for sure.
Oh, not all the dogs.
No. The retriever.
Of course, the golden retriever is fantastic.
Yeah, it's great. But anyway, so we follow this cat through a journey of surviving this pretty incredible, just like world event, right? I mean, it's hard to. Joe, give me your thoughts. I'm going to send it to you.
So, first of all, I'm just going to say that right out. Like, I miss my cat. So anything cat related gets my tears going. So the first 10 minutes of this movie, I'm just like, don't hurt the cat. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Kitty. And from there, it's just like the choices of animals that they picked for this movie was, to me, awesome. Like, just, you know, obviously you got your cats and your dogs, but then, like, a capybara,
right,
a lemur, and a friggin' stork, like,
right,
and birds are dicks too.
Yes,
and like the bird was kind of a dick.
Yeah.
But like this was like an emotional roller coaster for just being animals and no dialogue, and just like the chirps and the, you know, how they portrayed the animals of, like, you know, the dog is obviously just like, what can I do? Can I help? Can I help? Can I help?
Right.
And the cat's like, you know, just leave me alone. Fuck you.
Yeah.
The capybara is just like, I just want to sleep.
Right.
Like,
yeah.
You know, just the personalities of all the animals.
Yeah, they
amazing.
really shine in this, and you really get it, which was good. And I love, I love that they sort of found their little, to Nate's point, their little arc, right, where they where they are sort of existing and getting to where they need to go, with not necessarily knowing where they need to go. They're just sort of surviving in this, right? But yeah, man, the personalities really do shine through. You know,
like everybody finds their little niche, you know?
Right. No, the lemur loves his little prize bucket.
Shiny things, man. He's got the shiny.
Yeah. When they come across the other lemur boat and they're all wearing like
pirate lemurs, I was hoping for like the Pirates of the Caribbean music to play right there.
Right, yeah, we needed the Captain Lemur to swing in on a.
I thought they were going to steal his shit. Like,
no, for sure.
When the cat plays with the lemur's tail, I lost it. I'm like, oh my god!
Right,
and then knocks little nods to all of the iris openings.
Oh god!
Fantastic.
No, and then it knocks the shell off of the perch.
Oh my god! So I watched this with Addie, and we both had a blast. Like, we love this movie.
It's this was. I think this was one of the first movies we watched with Xander outside of a Godzilla film. And we have been slowly showing him One Piece on Netflix.
Oh, nice.
Right?
That's great.
Yeah. And so I didn't know how he was going to take to this movie, but he loved this movie.
That's great.
He really did. And ever since then, he's just, don't go on the dog boat.
It's some of the best, water graphics I've ever seen. It's the animation and the water and just the way it interacts physically and the refraction and reflection.
Oh yeah,
is just nuts.
It's
called flow, so I'd hope so.
Right. Yeah, but the ginormous sea creature.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we'll call it the whale.
The whale,
because it has a whale tail ish.
Yeah,
but it's got spikes.
It does, and we were very worried about the spikes when they first showed up. Like, fucking goddamn it. So, can I back up real quick? This movie gave me so much anxiety. God damn it. Especially after, my spicy brain meds wear off around 5:30, 6 o'clock. And then like, God damn it. No, they better not fucking do anything to this cat. Why does the cat keep getting in the water? Why is the water dark?
Every time the cat got in the water, I was like, no! Oh god!
Yeah, 100%. The capybara's in the water trying to get the little floaty globe thing for the ring-tailed lemur. It's like, god damn it, leave the globe, get back to the boat.
Everybody, just stay on the fucking boat.
Oh my god!
I know.
It's so stressful.
Yeah.
The secretary birds, which is what they're called, craziness. The son of the leader steps up to defend the cat, and they break his wings for it. Like, Jesus Christ,
dude,
that was
fucking Lord of the Flies bullshit is this?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Well, on the boat with the other losers. Come on.
I know. It's like, good. Now they have a dinosaur.
Right.
An asshole dinosaur that's just like, I'm just going to steer the boat and be an asshole.
Yeah. At one point, I was like, Addie, we've got cat, dog, rat, dinosaur, lemur. So good.
Yeah. So, and that brings me to the, you said secretary birds is what these are?
It's literally one word, which is the weirdest thing ever.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
How did you guys interpret on top of the mountain or on top of that thing, what happens to the secretary bird? How did you guys interpret that particular section?
I think the bird died and the cat had one of his 9 lives still.
Okay.
Ooh, I love that. I didn't think about the 9 lives portion. Yeah, it's like all birds go to heaven. And the cat was kind of swept up in the vortex, apparently, or something. But the 9 lives thing that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Probably more than one got sucked out of that situation. Yeah.
No, that's how I got it too. And that's how I felt.
The monastery with all the inscriptions at the top of that mountain too, though. It might be like a ley line, some kind of Zen moment. I mean, we see the lemur doing like a Zen situation when the cat's playing with the tail.
Yeah.
So potentially that's like a thing. So it might just be, elevating to a higher plane or whatever. But,
right.
Yeah. No, that's a good point, Joe.
Okay. And then the animation when the water starts to recede.
Yeah. What the fuck? Is this Pangea splitting? Is that what's happening?
Yeah. Are there
it's like
ants
this
in
giant
this movie?
flood, and then all the water goes away because these giant fissures are opening. And
right.
It's like, and we leave Free Willy on the ground. Like,
yeah.
Oh God.
That was...
And again, like I'm just like, Andy, you're a liar. I did cry through this whole fucking movie.
Did you watch the post-credit scene, Joe?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Yes, I did. It made it a little better.
It's another whale, but
dude,
still.
that ending fucking killed me. I'm like,
it was bad.
Yeah.
The cat is the whale, and they're.
The cat's purring on the whale. Like,
oh God,
God,
my heart,
so beautiful,
my
man.
fucking heart.
So when I sold this to Jamie to get her to watch it as a family with everybody, I said, well, there's probably one part that you're going to hate, right? And that would be the whale beached, right?
Wait, sorry. Can we back up? Did you watch this after or before The Substance? Just so I know the context of what your deal with Jamie is about recommendations of movies. All right. There's probably a clause that's been written and signed with a fucking notary where you have to disclose XYZ. Otherwise, you're in deep shit.
This was after watching The Substance, and we were discussing dinner, so she had to talk to me during this part, which I shoved in. Hey, what if we all watch The Flow after dinner?
After The Substance, I can imagine
we all watch it together, so Xander's there. So.
Yeah,
Xander's there, so it can't be anything too crazy.
Yeah, so I
watched The Flow, and it's like body horror related periods.
I pitched the family movie, which was allowed and was accepted, thankfully.
Good job. All right.
But I knew that part wouldn't make her happy, right? And so anyway, but she loved the movie, right? And even with that part there at the end, she loved it and thought it was wonderful. We initially missed that post-credit scene, but went back and watched it afterwards.
Yeah, because thankfully you told me or us, because if that's how the movie ended, I'd be like, I need therapy.
Yeah.
I need a hug.
I mean, it's important that there's something like that. Otherwise, it loses a little bit of its gravitas or whatever. But
yeah,
at least it wasn't the cat, because I thought that was happening so many times.
No,
you're right though. I wonder. We should count how many times like the cat should have died,
right?
And then not how many lives up until that mountaintop. Like, might have been on his last one kind of situation.
Yeah, but
no. If the cat died, I would never speak to you, Andy.
No, I of course, trust me, I know. Like, had the cat died, I would not have suggested it. But the cat lives, and this really brings home that dogs are assholes. So I love this movie. Like, them running after the rabbit when they're trying to help the damn...
Yeah, they're dogs.
Yeah.
That's the point.
I know.
Cats are assholes. We know this.
No, right. Yeah. But...
Dogs are stupid. Dogs are
We've
guys,
just
cats
lost
are
all
girls.
of our dog
Dog-loving
fans.
Yeah. But,
some dogs are assholes and stupid.
Some dogs are assholes. Right.
Most dogs are assholes.
Most dogs are assholes. There are, most
we're
dogs...
We're cat people on this podcast.
I know,
Let's be real.
I mean, if I could have a dog, I'd have one, but I also have 2 cats and 1 more, so...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Most dogs give dogs a bad name.
Most owners give dogs a bad name.
That's true.
I want to qualify that bad boy.
No, that's true. Yeah.
But there are no owners in this movie. It's just dogs doing dog shit, and they're still assholes.
And they're still
Right.
assholes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dogs being wolves at that point.
That's another thing too. Do we think humans exist in this world? Or is this
obviously?
is this post-human?
Because who carved the cat
Oh, do they
statue?
exist at the moment? No, they're probably all toast, I would think.
Yeah.
Well, it seems to me that this flooding isn't. It's like not the first time the flooding has happened because of the things that are hanging from the trees as you're going through the beginning of the movie.
Yeah.
But I don't know though. That cat's been pretty comfortable for a while.
Yeah.
And so maybe it's just recent.
I kind of felt like it was recent. I mean, because obviously, the house is intact. I mean, it's abandoned, but it's not dilapidated by any
Right,
means.
and it wasn't like mossed over or anything.
And the cat's still there, crawling up into bed and curling up, where he's supposed to be.
I do love the idea of your front garden having a bunch of cat statues in repose, like different positions.
Right. Yeah. And I didn't know this too until the second, but the glass ball was hanging in the house. There were glass balls hanging in the house.
Yeah.
That the cat lived in.
Right. And that's a maritime thing too, so I wonder if that the original boat you see in the trees was from that original owner. At the very beginning, when the cat goes to the water for the first time, you see a boat in the trees. That later the dogs are on, that later gets wrecked.
Yeah.
And they get stranded.
Yeah.
It's cool. I want to see like an emergency awesome breakdown of this movie, honestly.
I know, right? Yeah, we need Charlie to break it down for us.
For sure.
Yeah. But no, after watching this twice now and soaking this in, I fully understand why this won. I mean, it's so crazy to, run sort of the full gamut of emotions with animal dialogue, if we want to call it that. Right.
Mm-hmm. And you get everything. Like there's, it all like, you don't need any kind of dialogue. You understand the chirps and things and,
right.
They played it so well.
Yeah. I know. Yeah. When the capybara and the, they want to go get the dogs, like when the dogs are stranded in that little thing.
No, leave the dogs.
I know. Yeah. The bird understands.
And they immediately fuck it up. They eat all the fish. They rock the boat. Literally.
Yeah. But I mean, this is a 10 out of 10 for me. Like I can't knock it in any way, shape, or form.
And it's just beautiful to watch.
Yeah,
it really is.
It's stunning,
even through tears. It was gorgeous.
The animals look like upgraded sim pets at times, especially the dog. It's fantastic because the eyes are where everything's at, and the eyes are done so well.
And it works, but it totally works. Yeah, it's like animation is great because there isn't one style of animation. There are several styles of animation, and I think that's the real sort of beauty of the art form is that again, just like making movies, everything's up for interpretation, right?
Sure.
And you can shoot things in certain styles, and you can draw things in certain styles, or you can animate things in certain styles. And the style for this movie, I don't know. Again, I don't know that it would be wasted if it was in a different animation style, if it was more realistic, but for as animated as this movie is, and the fact that it leans heavy into, you're watching an animated feature, you're not watching something that's trying to look real, right? You're watching an animated feature, and to still go on that type of emotional roller coaster with this cat and all of it, and just don't stay underwater for that long. You're yelling that at the TV, right?
Yes, for real. We're like,
right? Grab the damn fish and get back on the boat, right?
Yeah.
And then the whale.
Every time I thought the cat was going to come up, and the boat would be like miles away.
Yeah.
And the cat would just be like, "Oh no, fuck."
Because there's that first time where the cat almost gives up but gets brought out by
the
whale
fish thing. Yeah, God.
And you're just like, holy crap, man. So I just think it is just a brilliant concept from start to finish. And again, just I mean, for the lack of like audible storytelling, you know, to be able to stay with it for that long and in that long, and honestly, to keep the interest of my 11-year-old, almost 12-year-old son, right? That is like riddled with like Fortnite and everything else. For him to still talk about it days after watching it, right, is huge. So I really love this movie. If you didn't get that from my ramblings.
No.
You're kidding.
If you guys had to score this movie out of 10, what would you give it?
Yeah, it's perfect. A 10.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
can't
10.
imagine giving it any. Like, I don't think there's any knock you can put on it at all.
Yeah.
Make it a video
It's a
game.
Billy Bob. It's a fucking 10.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah.
Make it a video game because it already feels like one.
I said
Right?
that to Andy in the chat. I was like, I need this game a la Stray. Like,
Yeah.
But like open world, let's get the cat home or whatever.
Yeah.
It was funny when we were watching this with Addie. Every time they showed the like the fingers in the background, the giant like monuments or whatever it was,
Yeah.
the big mountains. She's like, "Is that Asgard?" Like, Addie, not everything has to be MCU, okay?
Right.
I love you, but no, it's not Asgard.
Yeah. Final thoughts, guys, on Flow. Anything that we haven't already said?
I mean, watch it. It's 92 minutes that you will not regret. It's not it's not a substance situation. Or I guess long leg situation. After
Right.
listening
Okay,
to the plot again
that's
today.
okay.
That's
better.
more. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
See, I've watched The Substance like 4 times by already.
Yeah.
So.
I believe you.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely watch it. If you are of kind heart and love animals more than people, have a bunch of Kleenex.
Yep. Agreed. Yeah. All right. Well, did you guys watch Flow? Let us know. You can find us on the socials at on Facebook at the Rum Regret Podcast. You can find us on X at Rum_Regret. We are also on Blue Sky, Nate, Rum Regret Podcast, right?
I want to say it's just Rum and Regret, but
Okay.
I can double check. So continue.
Yeah. So find us on there. Let us know what you guys thought of Flow. We would love to hear your thoughts. Did you guys have any problems with the movie? Seriously, let us know. We would love to hear that stuff. Joe, where can they find you on the socials?
At Joe Chickadee on the socials or at joechickadee.com.
Nate, where can they find you?
Yeah, Avid Gamer, AV1D Gamer on all your socials and your gaming platforms of choice. Come hunt some monsters with me. Let's go hell dive, whatever's clever. And confirming it's Rum and Regret, all one word at Blue Sky.
There you go. You can find me on at Crazy Drake on Facebook, at Andrew Drake on X, and until the next time, we have spoken.
Hunters, the guild authorizes you to hunt.
Oh.
No hunting the kitty!